Smash the like button in the next 5 seconds if you're hyped for Catus vs Doggers, the event of Season 9. Hey guys, it's Postboxpat and welcome back to a brand new Fortnite Battle Royale video, and today we're going to be talking map changes, storyline, event, season releases and lots more. Huge update video in today's secret map change episode. I know this is a regular series I run on the channel, so we do have some map changes to cover in today's video, and I'm very excited to show you what we have because it does relate to the upcoming event with Catus vs Doggers. But before we get into the channel, I'd just like to say thank you for everyone who's been using my supporter creator code. Quick shout out to a bunch of you guys. We have roughly 2,000 supporters over there, so if you guys want to go and support me over there, it really does help me out. Unfortunately, yesterday some water actually damaged the entire setup of mine, so I'm actually running off a old iMac and mic, so hopefully you guys can go and enter in code Postboxpat and support me to upgrade my setup with me, which would be absolutely awesome. So thank you everyone who is going to do that. Also, if you are new around here, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, stay tuned for any future uploads on the channel. It really does keep you guys up to date with everything going on in the Fortnite storyline with videos that are easy to understand. I try to explain everything as easily as possible without making it confusing and just basically repeating myself that I've done in previous videos. I see so many of these update videos out there where they're just repeats, whereas we try and cover everything new and which is actually taking place. So I'm really excited for that. Also, if you guys would like to enter into the latest giveaway which I'm running on the channel, you simply just have to go and use code Postboxpat in the item shop, comment down code Postboxpat, and I will be searching for one of you guys when season 10 drops, and you will get given a free set of 2,100 V-Bucks. So pretty cool, you can win that. Anyway, let's jump into this and show you guys exactly what's going on before we get into a load of tweet news and stuff like that, because I want to show you guys the map changes straight away. So we have a bunch of stuff inside a Mega Mall. Straight away we have all of these things, we can build it and stuff like this, which will go over all of these different things. So yeah, these are the things that we have inside a Mega Mall, and they are kind of giving us warnings. If we slow it down a little bit, you can see them flashing on and off. Let's put it to 1 times the speed so you guys can see that perfectly. And what these are, they're basically just indicating that the monster is on his way and we have to construct this huge giant robot, which we'll get to in a moment. So we've got this we can build it sign. We also have this one over here which is warning us a little bit more. We said when danger strikes, take the high ground. So it's kind of telling you that these floating islands are a safe place for us to go during the actual event. Then we go in here and duck and hover, it says right here on this one, which is pretty cool. So it looks like they're giving maybe some sort of jetpack or some sort of boost type thing. Looks like a jetpack to me. I can't really make out what that is, but yes, more indications that the monster is coming. And then we go inside again and we just see similar ones that we've seen before. So duck and hover over there, and a bunch of other ones as well, similar ones to exactly the same ones. So you know, that's pretty cool. It's cool to see them actually implementing this sort of stuff, giving us warnings around the map, telling us that the beast is on his way, and we really have to be careful and keep ourselves on guard, because if we don't be careful enough, the beast is obviously going to take us out. Now, another little leak before we go on to the map change of the monster is this on screen for you guys right now. Now personally, I think this is probably one of the best leaks that we've seen in a very long time, and this is the We Want You leak. Now this kind of indicates to us that potentially the monster himself could be trying to take us out in Fortnite, and it could indicate for us to actually form an army as a team, and we'll be fighting alongside the robot to destroy the monster. Now for those wondering why I'm saying that, is during Fortnite Season 8 and 7 we saw a bunch of tests regarding live events. That includes things that we physically have to destroy, with the first one being the iceberg over by obviously Polar Peak on the little island over there. If I can get the right height I can show you it. There you are, just over there where the bunker is. There was an iceberg there which we had to destroy with our pickaxes, which took a long time. And then during Season 8 obviously we got a lot of events. We got the stuff with the rocks and stuff where we had to destroy them to dig down into the vaults. We also got the moving kind of rune which was going around the map as well, which went into here, which was again a live event interaction type event, which is pretty cool. And then we actually got the unvaulting event, which you guys know as the area which was underneath here, and you had to physically mine stuff and destroy stuff, and that again was a interactive event. So now Fortnite have tested all this sort of stuff. They're probably ready for us to interact with a event with the monster. Now I'm not too sure how they're going to do this, because it's going to be difficult, because by the looks of it the robot looks pretty giant and the monster's going to be pretty giant, and from the signs that we've seen around the map it looks like we're going to be fighting on the robot side, trying to take or defend the island from Catus the monster. Obviously the robot's called Doggers, cats feed dogs type thing, and we will have to see how that goes down. How are we going to defend it? I don't know. We'll probably have to hit the target in certain areas. It'll probably give us endless ammo. It would probably be an interactive event where Fortnite kind of chuck us around the map and we just shoot when the time's right as a community, or the event could take place over maybe a few days, and who knows, or it could even lead up to a few days with the monster freezing, pausing say for 5 minutes, doing some more damage to it, then the event, then it stops again, we can't do anything, our characters fly around, we see another interactive part of the event, then again something else happens, and it could be like a 20-minute event, even a 30-minute event that Fortnite could prepare for us, which I think would be an amazing thing to happen in the Fortnite community. So we'll have to just wait and see, but that's my prediction there with that sort of stuff going on. Okay, now moving on to the map changes with the robot himself. He's actually had some upgrades, guys. He's actually now got some extra parts to his legs, which is pretty cool. And he's obviously had these over the last few days. First off, this left side got placed on up to his, I guess this is that's his knee, so this is connecting to the top of his chest, which is pretty cool. So his thigh area, so that's called the thigh. I think that's really cool to see that being built, and both of them have been constructed, and obviously as he gets taller and taller, he gets lower and lower into this section. Now according to Fortnite, a great leaker, he's actually leaked out some stuff regarding what dates this is actually going to happen and kind of change. We can see here on screen right now, there's only 4 stages left currently in the files, and we have 2 days apart between each one. We've got the torso, which is going to be adding on the 8th of the 7th, then the bicep, which is the 10th, then the bicep on the right, which is the 12th, and then the forearm on the left. And then keep in mind these dates could change, and that kind of leads us to potentially when the next update is going to drop, which is 7 days from now, which means the update will probably drop on the Tuesday or the Monday, and then that'll apply the other changes for the monster leading up to the actual event. Now apparently guys, the season 10 release date has been delayed till the 1st of August. The reason I'm saying that is because the World Cup is actually taking place on the dates between the 27th around there and the 28th, the major World Cup finals, the Fortnite World Cup, and then obviously they're not going to want to apply season 10 for the World Cup, as it won't make it a fair World Cup because everyone's practicing currently on the season 9 map. So the actual Fortnite season 10 battle pass will release on roughly the 1st of August, which is kind of a while away. It's almost a month, so that's a shame, but you know, we can wait. It's going to be pretty exciting, and also everyone that attends the World Cup will gain access to a free battle pass as well. If you attend the World Cup, you will get granted that battle pass, which is really cool. This doesn't require any evidence on screen, just take my word for it guys, it's 100% legit. You know, you guys can trust me, I'm a trusty source. So yeah, pretty cool stuff there. I really am excited for all that stuff taking place regarding leaks and stuff like that, ready for the World Cup. It's going to be a really exciting World Cup, and hopefully we do get a good result. I'm hoping for someone maybe who's a complete outsider to win this World Cup, and we'll just see how it goes, and it's going to be really cool. I know most of the people in it are outsiders, but we'll have to just see what actually takes place and what happens. With these Stranger Things currently going on in Fortnite, there is nothing actually happening regarding map changes with that sort of element of stuff. Obviously we had the map change which I covered the other day for you guys with all the Stranger Things portals, which was really cool. You guys can go and check them out, you simply just have to go through them. But now we have these warnings. Again, these warnings may potentially appear in Tilted Towers as well. I think that's where we'll see the We Want You ones appearing, because Tilted has a lot of areas for these warnings to appear. As I was editing this video, I actually found out they are located also in Tilted Towers and inside of the actual pressure plant itself. I always call it Tilted Towers, but obviously the real name is Neo Tilted, but you know, many of us still call it Tilted Towers. But yes, here's some screenshots of them. They're pretty cool. They're actually sent in by a bunch of fans on Twitter. You can see they're at, so thank you very much for that. But yeah, these are some screenshots of the locations in Tilted and inside of Pressure itself. So pretty cool to see these warnings popping up all over the map. Kind of give a World War II vibe with the propaganda type stuff. So I'm excited to see where Fortnite are going to go with all this sort of stuff regarding the Season 10 event. But the robot is getting bigger and bigger. Obviously, he's going to keep getting lower and lower into the volcano. And I don't think we'll see any signs of the monster until the robot is almost fully constructed, and then we'll start to see a small indication of the actual monster appearing. The event itself, I personally believe, will take place all over the map, and then at the end of the event, one of them will fall into the sea, probably both of them, and the robot will probably be almost completely destroyed, and parts of him will be left over the map, and the monster Katas will fall into the sea, and that's how the event will end. For those wondering, the block did change recently. I didn't do a review on it because it is the same as a previous block. It's a very nice block, and I highly recommend going to land there if you guys have got some free time. It's a really different style gameplay, and hardly anyone lands there, so check it out guys. It's a nice little roller coaster area. Obviously you can't ride the roller coaster. I gave it a review in the past on some of my previous map changes. It's a very nice roller coaster, and this area was my favorite. I remember from that review, it was just a really cool design, the way it's kind of going into a tunnel and it's blacked out and it's still under construction. construction, you know, it's a cool roller coaster. So check it out, guys. It's a really cool area. One of my favorite blocks that for a theme park type vibe. Really, my frame rate is really dropping there. So wow. But yeah, hope you guys have enjoyed today's video. If you are new to the channel, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell. Hope this has kept you informed with all the latest news regarding the upcoming event with Catus versus Doggos. It's going to be really excited. Obviously, these are only the code names in the files for these monsters and robots, or the single monster and robot. There probably isn't going to be multiple of them, but we don't know. And hopefully we do have a big part to play in this event coming up in a few days or so. For those wondering on the event date, roughly I believe it's now going to be the 20th, because we can expect more elements of the robots to be added on the 14th, and there has been no update this week. So the event is probably going to be taking place on the 20th of July, which is a Saturday. The event always takes place on a Saturday, so make sure you got that date freed up, because the following week is the World Cup, which makes it perfectly lined up. Obviously the event, then the World Cup, and it won't cause much damage to the map, I don't think, point of interest wise, because they wouldn't want to change it for the World Cup. So I feel like there'll just be a few dents there over the map, like a bunch of footprints, a bunch of left behind debris, nothing major, which is actually going to change the map change wise. There's not going to be any new point of interest or anything, unless they delay the event to after the World Cup, which means season 10 would have to be delayed even further than the 1st of August. And the event is obviously not going to take place during the World Cup, because they want people to watch the World Cup rather than watch the Fortnite event, or they want people to watch both, really. So they don't want them on the same date, because that would be terrible. Well, it wouldn't be terrible, because you could watch it live in the World Cup, which would be pretty cool, but it wouldn't be good for Fortnite's publicity, so they're not going to do that. But I hope you guys have enjoyed. Don't forget to leave a like, comment, subscribe if you're new around here. Stick around for daily Fortnite content. And once again, this is Postboxpat signing off.